Hey guys, so today I wanted to do some spooky questions. This is the spooky Halloween tag. I'm not doing every single question because there's 30 of them, but I want to do most of them because I thought some of them sounded fun. I haven't read through the entire thing, so some of them are still like a little bit of a surprise, like I don't know what they are. So question 1 is favorite horror or Halloween themed song. I don't know, I think I have to go with the Monster Mash just because it's very classic and very fun, and yeah, it's a good song. Thriller is obviously good. Everyone associates that with Halloween. Question 2 is name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or abandoned building. Probably like a crazy killer. Like, I'd rather not run into one of those, especially if I don't have any weapons or anything. Question 3 is, have you ever played with a Ouija board? No, I have not. I have never felt like I should. Like, I've always felt like it was a bad idea to do that. And nothing has really changed. I really don't see myself ever playing with one. That's not quite the right word, I don't think. Question 4 is favorite horror monster or villain. The thing from Jeepers Creepers is pretty amazing. Other than like Pennywise, but the creature from Jeepers Creepers was pretty awesome. Number 5 is the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you while you were alone. For that whole story, because that's a whole nother video, I will leave the link to that video down below. I did that. I actually told that story for a Paranormal Monday last year. So I will leave the link down below because that's a whole long story. Question 6 is, if you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Duh. You could pay me to do it, but I would pay you to be able to stay in a haunted house like all night. Question 7 is, are you superstitious? Not particularly. I'm not really at all actually, but no, I'm not. Question 8 is, do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? Yes. Usually only if I'm somewhere that's haunted, like at my old store in Wyoming. I would constantly see black figures like in the corner of my eye, at my grandparents' house. But yeah, always, if the place is haunted, I am always seeing black figures. Question 9 is, which urban legend scares you the most? I will actually refer you down to the second link in the box below, and that is where I tell you my favorite horror or urban legend that scares me the most. Question is, do you prefer gore or thrillers? I think thrillers. Really, I don't care for gore. Unless it's like done in a good way. Question 11 is, do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? Worlds, I'm not sure. As far as like parallel worlds, I guess that's kind of the same thing, but I definitely believe kind of in multiple dimensions. Like, I believe there's so much more that we can't see, like just running alongside us every day, and I believe that's kind of like a parallel dimension or whatever you want to call it. But yes, I definitely believe that there's more out there. Question 12 is, ever made a potion of any sort? I remember when I was young and I saw Practical Magic for the first time, and I tried to like duplicate the love potion that little Sandra Bullock makes at the beginning of the movie. But as far as legit potions are concerned, I haven't. I've been reading a lot of books lately about Wiccan stuff, and not necessarily strictly Wiccan stuff, but some stuff with potions, and I don't know, I might be giving it a try soon because it just looks like it'd be interesting to experiment with. 13 is, do you get scared easily? Not really, but that's kind of a weird question for me because I like being scared. So, like, I guess I can get scared easily, but I don't mind it. I like being scared. Question 14 is, have you ever played Bloody Mary? That is another one I have never touched. When I was very young and impressionable and just trying to hang out with my older brother and his cool friends, we played Stiff as a Board, Light as a Feather. And like in the moment it felt really creepy and crazy and like, what am I doing? This is evil, because that's how I was raised. But nothing happened. But I've always just been too terrified to do Bloody Mary. I just have. Question 15 is, do you believe in demons / the devil? That is quite the question, with an answer that would be long, involved, and probably end on uncertain terms. Like I've said in the past, I have been looking into some things and experimenting with different things and trying to decide what exactly I believe about everything. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't really think I believe in the devil. I honestly don't. I don't really know how to rationalize it or explain it to you, but in the strictest sense that most Christians think the Bible says, I don't believe in the devil. I believe that there might be forces out there, spirits, whatever you want to call them, that are negative, that are not good. I have experienced myself very negative, evil feeling forces. But demons, the devil, I don't know. It's like, even if you were to say, yeah, I believe in demons after everything I've seen, I don't know if demon is exactly what everyone thinks it is. I don't know. It's very long, involved thing in my brain that I'm still trying to work through. But no, I don't believe I believe in the devil. Question 16 is, you're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? Honestly, if I know for sure it's not my husband or whatever, I'd probably call the police, because I know my apartment's not haunted. And like, I'm really freaked out about home invasion. I don't know why. So I'd probably call the police. Question 17 is, if you got trapped in one scary movie, which would it be? Oh my God. Oh, I want to say Blair Witch Project. Like, I want to say that. But I don't know. Maybe Grave Encounters. The thing is you say, I want to be trapped in this horror movie, but no, rarely does a horror movie end well for the people in it. So I don't know what horror movie I would choose, because either way, I'm probably going to die. Question 18 is, if you could wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh, Belle. I'd be Belle. Ball gown Belle, blue dress Belle. I don't care. I'd be, Belle. Question 19 is, would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Heck yes! I would spend the night in a graveyard if I was allowed. That's one thing I discovered that made me so sad. Apparently every graveyard around here within like a 100-mile radius, they close their gates at 4:30 p.m. Yeah, it's absurd. The graveyard in Wyoming where we lived stayed open until like just after sundown. I don't know, it's stupid to me. They should stay open later. I've had a couple people tell me they grew up like right next to a graveyard, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so jealous. That would be amazing. Question 20. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? Oh man, this is such a heavily debated subject. I don't know. I would probably go with like either a machete. I don't know. Bow and arrow, like crossbow, is really tempting. But I don't know. Either machete or a bat would probably be best. Question 21 is, would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? At the age I am at right now, I would definitely say I would rather go to a Halloween party. Question 22. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Oh, snap. Honestly, I feel, given everything I know about horror movies, how many I've watched, I'd probably either be the final girl, or the killer, because I feel like I've seen enough movies. Yeah, I'd either be the final girl or the killer. Yeah. Question 23 is, do you have to watch something happy after you're watching a horror movie, or can you go to sleep? So that's one place where I've always been really, really weird, and I don't know why I'm like this. I just am. When I still lived in South Dakota the first time, I had my own apartment all by myself, and I went through this period right after I discovered Ghost Adventures where I had horrible, horrible insomnia, and I could not sleep at night. I just could not sleep. And a really weird thing I discovered was if I watched an episode of Ghost Adventures right before bed, out like a light, I could sleep so good. And even to this day, I'm still like that. Like, I can watch a horror movie and just go straight to bed. Like, not a problem. And odds are I'll probably sleep better that night. I don't know why it's a thing, but that's just always been a really weird thing about me. I don't know. That's probably why I love paranormal so much. I'm just like pre-programmed to just be okay with it. 24. Whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? I'm none of those. Like, I would never, ever fall asleep during a horror movie. I guess I have covered my eyes in a couple of movies, like Oculus. Woof. That movie was freaking creepy. If there's a doll involved, I will cover my eyes, or bat. I don't yell at the screen. Like, I'm just too involved in watching it and enthralled that I don't, like, yeah. I'm not going to interact with the screen. Question 25 is, are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? Definitely the one who does the scaring. Question 26 is, favorite scary book? I think I've talked about this before, but as far as scary books go, I really like Bag of Bones by Stephen King. I am currently reading It by Stephen King, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. I'm actually going to go, because today's my day off, so I'm relaxing after this. I'm going to actually like make a cup of tea and go lay in bed and read It until my husband gets home, because oh my god, the new movie, freaking A. The book so far is so good. After seeing the new movie, I had to read the book because I just hadn't read it before, and that is so sad. Question 27 is, how old were you when you saw your first horror movie? I've been watching horror movies so long, I can't honestly remember. The only thing that sticks out in my brain, because it traumatized me so bad, was one time back when we lived in North Dakota and I was about 4. My parents were at work and my brothers were watching The Stand, which of course is like my favorite Stephen King movie, favorite book. And it came to a part where they showed Randall Flagg with his face all like red and horns, and I just so happened to look at the TV right as he turned around with that face, and oh my god, traumatized me. The only other thing I can think of was around that time I got to watch Ernest Scared Stupid, and for months I could not, like, I had so much trouble just laying in bed, because there was a part in the movie where, like, I think a girl's like laying in bed and she rolls over and the monster is like right there beside her bed, and that messed me up good. I remember getting in trouble for something and my dad said, go to your room and sit on your bed, and I remember just like sitting in there just, please let me out, like, because I was so scared that the monster from Ernest Scared Stupid was going to be beside my bed. But yeah, it's like, other than that, I've been watching horror movies my whole life. So I can't remember the first one I actually like sit down and watched. Question 28 is, what was your first Halloween costume? My parents were not into Halloween at all. They did not like it. They did not support it. The first time I think I ever went trick-or-treating, I was 7. And we were like, like broke, poor, like, I mean, like really, really poor. So we couldn't afford costumes. So my mom made me Barbie. She put tons of makeup on me and she curled my hair and like I wore like a dress or something. And then it was freezing cold and I had to wear a coat over my dress and it was very sad. Question 29 is, what are you going to be for Halloween this year? I'm going to be a Death Eater. As you guys saw on the first, I showed you how to make your very own Death Eater mask. And so I'm going to get like a nice black Death Eater-esque dress and a cape and wear my mask and carry one around. I might put the dark mark on my arm too. I didn't even think of that. Finally, I guess I did ask all the questions. Question 30 is, if you could have a spooky Halloween pet, black cat, owl, bat, rat, or wolf, what would you pick? Ooh, this is such a hard question. Definitely not a bat because I have a crippling, horrendous fear of bats. It'd be really hard to choose between an owl because, duh, I'm a Harry Potter fan, and a wolf because wolves are freaking sweet. So it would be very close. I would have to just end up having to draw a name out of a hat whether I wanted an owl or a wolf because I couldn't decide. Alright guys, there are 30 spooky questions for Halloween. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to comment any other questions you might have for me down below. Or if you want to answer any of these questions yourself, go ahead and leave those answers in the comments. Remember, you can always find me on Instagram, Snapchat. I will leave those links below if you want to comment or tag me in a picture or anything on there. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you later.